Gary Pepper is a guitarist from the band Jaguar from Bristol, and I made an interview with Gary Pepper here, and I asked him about the early Iron Maiden days because he was on an Iron Maiden concert in '79. I think you were the drummer, and Gary Pepper said the following sentence: "They kicked a lot band's asses, to be fair." What do you
Yeah,
remember about that time?
yeah, yeah. Because if there because there was only four of us, you really had to work harder because so you only had the one guitarist. But yeah, it was very. We were quite powerful. It was very like aggressive, plenty of energy because we was all young, so it was quite fast. Yeah, I can remember them gigs of that era. Yeah, really good. Yeah.
And you remember getting the blood from the mask on your head.
Yeah, yeah.
The small.
They had like a head over the drum set that was when we played the track Iron Maiden. The lights would flash on it and it would spew out blood. And because I was underneath it, I used to get soaked virtually every night with this. What it was vegetable dye, but it came out of his mouth and it used to come on. I've still got the old drum kit I've got. It's still covered in this stuff, even to this day.
Oh,
I've never cleaned it
but
off.
what was it? Eddie at the time was the name Eddie.
I don't think it was given a name in them days. It was like
Okay.
just a mask that had the blood coming out of it. But I think the next, the next one we had was like an Eddie, and that's when they brought the album out. They referred to him as Eddie because he was just a head from the early days. Yeah.
How was to be against the punk fashion?
Well, I mean, that was going on all the time. I mean, it was getting more and more. All the clubs were doing punk and that, but we just stuck by our guns. Me and Steve and Paul and David, we just wouldn't succumb to it. We were doing. I mean, Paul says he was a punk, but I mean, in that time, his loyalties were with Iron Maiden. So we were just kicking it and doing all the gigs and. I mean, there was occasions where you couldn't get work because they were punk outfits. They were punk venues, and you couldn't work there. But no, there was still a good amount of rock places. As the Cart and Horses was one of them, and Rusky and Bridge House. There's still a lot of places that you could play, but it was mainly uptown. You had specialised punk venues. But you just wouldn't want to go there anyway.